Hello, we are here together. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me for this Decoding Your Destiny webinar. We are going to learn so much, and I'm so excited to share this with you. But before we begin, I want to make sure you are in a nice, comfortable space, that you are relaxed, and that you're in a place where you can actually enjoy this. This is your sacred time. And I know so often we're running around and like doing things and learning things on the go, but this is about your destiny. This is your sacred time. So I want to make sure that you have a sacred space for yourself where you can enjoy this. So let's just take a nice deep breath together and bring in our guides and angels and spiritual support team to be here with us to help us fulfill our destiny. So we're going to begin now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you, and the screen goes into this little vortex for just a minute or not even a minute. But so just so you know, that's what's going to happen with the screen. But then you'll be able to see everything really well right after that. So I'm going to just share the screen really quickly here. And here we go. So welcome to the Decoding Your Destiny, Live the Life Your Soul Intended. This is a free masterclass with me, with our hosts, numerologist.com. So again, before we begin, I just want to ensure that you have your distractions turned off, because this is your sacred time. This class will go for approximately 90 minutes. So set this space for yourself now. This is your time. And I have something very special for you at the end of this. I'm going to be conducting live intuitive numerology readings. And just so you know, if you are selected, you're going to be on video with me. Now, I can't hear you or see you until I call you up onto camera with me. So if you want to be chosen, and that's at the end of the webinar, you've got some time to get to get ready for prime time if you want to be chosen for a live reading. But up until then, I can't hear and see you, so you can do whatever you want. And for those of you who aren't chosen for the live readings, we can't hear and see you the whole entire time. So that's your choice. And we're going to be just choosing a few people for that, and I'm so excited. And also, you may hear or see Jess, who's here with me.
Hi,
Jess, you'll be able to see her beautiful face later. Jess is our Chief Happiness Officer, and she's just the wind beneath my wings, as they say. So she's going to be here helping make sure everything runs smoothly and making sure that, and by the way, Jess, we're all good now, right? With the screen and everything's good, running smoothly so far?
everything looks amazing on my end.
That's what we want to hear. So I'm just like so happy that you're all here with me. We have people from all over the world joining us, and I love the collective energies. So before we begin, I want to tell you a little bit about me and how I came to use numerology for soul healing, really, and as a healing tool, and really to read as the blueprint for your soul. So you may know me from my numerology and astrology forecasts and videos. And what you may not know about me is I am a psychic, clairvoyant, energy healer, and a whole bunch of things. So I've been doing psychic readings for over 20 years. And I did that for over 20 years, one-on-one with clients. And I was a little bit different and I know it's like as if there's like a run-of-the-mill psychic, but like as a psychic, I had a little bit different type of gift. Now, we all have different types of gifts, and that's what's beautiful. Even in a field as like unique as being a psychic, there's still different talents that we all have. Now, my gift, you know how we think of psychics sometimes as being able to see the future? I can see future probabilities. My specialty has always been to read the past, including your past life influences, and to read your life purpose and the karmic patterns that you were born with. So all the accumulation of your past life influences, that was one of the things, and still is, that I'm able to read. I read your energy. And through many, many thousands and thousands of readings that I conducted over the course of over 20 years, I always started out reading, not always, but really early in my career, I read people's numerology as well, because people's numbers really give an indication of what your gifts and talents are, and you know that. Well, what I was able to do with this was really be able to see past life influences in people's numerology, in their birth date, in their names, in the patterns of these. And I began to see patterns for each number, patterns between numerology and the numerology encoded in your name and birth date, and the challenges that people experienced in their lives, as well as the opportunities and gifts. But I really saw this from a very deep past life level. And because of my nature, I didn't feel satisfied just telling people, okay, this is what these core limiting beliefs that you have are. These are the influences that are buried in your subconscious, because past life beliefs are buried in your subconscious. So these are the things that you carried with you. Now go find a healer, right? I wasn't satisfied with that. So over the course of 20 years, I've also been studying a variety of healing techniques. And that's why I'm able to do energy healing with you and for you. And because it's good to know what your patterns are, and also it's important to know that you can heal them and how to heal them. So I really love empowering people with healing as well as wisdom. So it's been an incredible journey, and I'm still on it. So during this masterclass, you're going to discover the astonishing link between your personal numerology, your past lives, and your ultimate destiny. Because one of the other things I'm able to see is what your soul came here to do in this life, your purpose. And this is also revealed in the numbers. You're also going to discover the hidden messages encoded in your date of birth that will illuminate your soul's grand plan for you since day one, actually since before you were born. And you're also going to discover a simple numerology technique that will reveal your past life karmic patterns and subconscious programming that are blocking your abundance and happiness. And you're also going to discover a beautifully personalized life path healing method and methodologies that I'll be sharing with you. And as I mentioned, I'll be conducting live numerology readings with a few randomly selected viewers, and it might be you. And I hope it is. So I'm sending some fairy dust your way. So you may be wondering, what does numerology have to do with your past lives? The answer is everything. It has everything to do with your past lives, because you are the sum of your experiences, including your past lives. The person that you are right now is the accumulation of every single life you have ever lived. And your soul has an intention for this life that you have brought in with you. You have gifts that you're waiting to reveal that you've accumulated from many lifetimes. And you also have some karmic patterns that your soul intends to heal in this lifetime. Now, all of these memories are embedded in your subconscious mind. And your numerology reveals what you are meant to learn in this lifetime, as well as all those beautiful gifts that you've been given to overcome, so that these challenges that you have, and when you overcome them, that is when you fulfill your destiny. That is when you're able to share your greatest gifts with the world. So if you can understand that every single challenge that you have and have had is part of your gift. It's part of your destiny. And the more challenges you have is the more potential you have. And in moving through those, that becomes your greatest strength. And I want you to know that you would never have been given a challenge if you don't have the spiritual tools in you and around you to move through them so that they become your greatest strengths. So your soul is the ultimate planner. You chose this life. I know you may have heard this before and it may not make sense to you. So the spirit guides that I connect with the most are the spirit guides that help you plan your life, that help you figure out what challenges you want to overcome in this lifetime and what gifts that you want to share. And like I said, oftentimes they're connected because in overcoming your challenges, that is when you gain the greatest strength. For instance, like if you had an addiction and you overcame those addictions, you want to help people do that. So those are the people that become like addiction counselors, right? Like let's say you had a weight problem growing up or self-esteem problem, and like you became like fit and happy and healthy, and then you want to share that with people and show other people how to do it. And because you had to learn it from within, because you had to teach yourself how to move from point A to point Z, you're a master at that now. So these are some of the ways that your soul chooses your life, because you may have always been like, well, why would I choose that? Why would my soul choose to go through such an experience? And if you have had challenges, it's because you're a strong soul and your soul has chosen to move through that because you're developing your mastery. So aren't you incredible? And you do that with the help of your spirit guides, and your spirit guides are always supporting you. Your soul, with the help of these incredible guides that are always with you, has arranged the circumstances that would nurture your gifts and also challenge you so that you would make yourself strong from within. So they challenge your growth. Now, you may have also heard that you choose your parents and your environment. And again, you may have wondered, like, why would I do that if it was a challenging situation? Like, let's say you had challenging parents or parents who didn't support you. Whatever it is that you chose about your parents, you chose your parents, your family, your body, your environment. You chose them before you're born with the help of your spirit guides so that you would actually recreate some patterns from your past life. Some of these karmic patterns, you actually chose them to help you recreate your limiting beliefs. Why? Because you wanted those embedded in your subconscious so that they become, when you have something in your subconscious, what happens is you keep attracting circumstances and people to you that make you aware that something's wrong. And eventually something doesn't feel right or seem right or isn't in alignment, that it becomes conscious. So you bring it to your consciousness because you know you need to change it. So you're choosing your parents and your environment to recreate whatever karmic patterns you're meant to move through, your greatest challenges that become your greatest strengths. And you also choose them to nurture the gifts that you have. And sometimes that's nurtured through opposition and challenges, and sometimes that's just nurtured through actual nurturing. And so whatever it is that your soul chose to nurture your gifts and to bring up these challenges, that's the environment. That's why you choose your parents, your body, all of your circumstances. And this is embedded, whatever you grow up with, whatever patterns you grow up with, is embedded in your brain. Your brain is in a theta brainwave. It's a more hypnotic brainwave. Theta brainwave is what you're until age of 7. That's why it is more challenging to change your patterns after you're a child or to learn new things, is because you're in a different brainwave. But in that 0 to 7, your mind is like a sponge. But remember, that was intentional for your soul, because your soul wanted whatever patterns it was that you were meant to recreate from past lives so that you can either share your gifts or move through your challenges so that they become your greatest strengths. But that is what is happening in your brain until the age of 7. It's in this very, very like spongy subconscious state. And this is also why when you blame people or parents for something they did or didn't do, it's actually helpful to remember that they're here to help you. That's part of your soul's plan, to help you become stronger and more radiant, no matter what you've been through. So it's incredible, really. And I'm in awe of the universe. And so as you overcome your greatest challenges, they definitely become your greatest strengths. So you can honor your soul for choosing whatever journey. And again, if you had have a more challenging journey, it's because you're a strong and wise soul. So your name and date of birth are also no accident, because when you're choosing your life, you're actually choosing a certain planetary alignment. The sun, the moon, the stars, and planets are all aligned perfectly at the exact right moment of your birth to support you on your journey. You choose your name because somehow your spirit guides and the soul of your being is letting your parents know what name is going to be appropriate for you at birth, and what birth date will give you the vibration to align you with your soul's plan. And planets and numbers are nothing but vibrations. And this is why your numerology chart is often referred to as your soul's blueprint. And it starts with your life path number. As a matter of fact, for about 10 years, that was the only thing I looked at in numerology, was a life path number. But after a while, like a lot of other patterns began to be revealed to me. Well, life path number and name and your date of birth. But your life path number was really what I really studied intensely, the life path numbers, through psychic readings for a decade at least. And before I got into a lot of other things with numerology. But there's so much just in your life path number that is incredible. It reveals a map of your destiny that illuminates your shortest life path to success and fulfillment. And I want you to remember that you would never be given challenges, or you would never choose challenges that you cannot overcome. You have everything. You can do it. And maybe that's why you're here with me now, because you want to learn these tools to move through your challenges so that you can fulfill your destiny. You've got this. So your life path number is the blueprint of your soul's grand plan for you since day one. Remember, you chose it. And I hope you understand more why you did. So, because the life path is so important, I want to teach you how to calculate your life path number. So hopefully you're in a place where you can write something down, or even if you need to do it on a device or whatever you need to do, or maybe you can add in your head. I'm very good at adding in my head now. So I want to teach you how to calculate your life path number. So begin by writing down the month, day, and year of your birth. Now, I know in other parts of the world, I'm in the United States, and other people write their day first or their month first. Just write it down, month, day, and year, so we can all be on the same page, as they say. So you're going to write down your month, your day, and year of birth. For example, if you were born December 28th, 1994, then you're very young. And also, you can write down, so that would be written down. So December 28th, 1994. So we're going to reduce the month, the day, and the year into a single digit. So stay with me here. So we're just going to start one at a time. So let's say we're reducing the month to a single digit. So December, that's 12, right? 1 plus 2 equals 3. So let's say you were born October. 1 plus 0 equals 1, right? So you just reduce that. Reduce your day to a single digit. So for instance, the 28th, 2 plus 8 is 10. and 1 plus 0 is 1. I hope you're following along with me and that this makes sense. And you reduce the year to a single digit. Now, if you're not born after 2000, 1 plus 9 always equals 10, right? So 1 plus 9 plus 1. So let's say in 1994, that would be 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 4 equals 23. And then 2 plus 3 equals 5. So we reduce the 23 to a single digit. So hopefully you've got that. Now what you're going to do is add those 3 single digits and reduce that again. So in this example, so December reduced to a 3, the day reduced to a 1, and the year reduced to a 5. So we would add 3 plus 1 plus 5 equal 9. See how easy it is? Now, hopefully you know your life path number already, right? Because you love numerology like I do. But if not, then this will help you understand how to calculate it. Now, if you were born on December 28th, 1994, your life path is a 9. Now that you know your life path number, what we're going to do, this is the part that just makes my heart sing. What you're going to discover is what your life path reveals about your soul's destiny. So I'm going to go through all of the life path numbers and share with you what I've discovered is the destiny, like where your life path has your ultimate potential, and also some of the subconscious blocks, some of the past life patterns that go with each of these life path numbers. And I've done thousands of readings, and I've never ever seen where this wasn't accurate. It is always accurate. It is astounding to me how the universe is in synchronicity all the time. So we begin with life path number 1, the 1 life path. So this is the first number. This is our first single digit number. So your destiny is to be an innovator, an inventor, a visionary, a leader, because you're meant to be the first at something. You're meant to be unique. 1 is always the first of every, it's the first of every number. So and you can see the sacred geometry of the number 1 as well. It's the 1 is connected to receiving these downloads from the divine. And the 1 life path has this destiny to share new ideas, to lead the way, to be a unique individual, and that kind of inventor, to find new ways of doing things. It's a very visionary number. It's a leader number because you're leading the charge. Now, what happens is, because being new at something, being the first at something, being different at something can be really scary sometimes. So a lot of 1s, before they're born, choose a life where they, because you're meant to be an authority, you sometimes choose a life where you have a fear or distrust of authority, because you need to learn how to trust your own authority. So you can have a fear of being an authority because you have subconscious negative beliefs about what leadership means, what authority means. Like you may confuse it as being authoritarian, or people who can like abuse their power. So because you'd never want to be something you don't want to be, you can have a fear of being that, and yet that's your destiny, to be an authority. So in getting through that, you become the leader, the fearless leader, the inventor, the visionary that you were born to be. Some other subconscious fears are fears of standing out and being different, even though that's what you're meant to do. And because you're meant to lead the charge, you can have a fear of that, being pushy or bossy. You can have a fear of failure because, hey, you're looking around and you're meant to do something that's never been done before. So like, how do you know it's going to work? So there's this sense of insecurity around doing something different. So all these ideas are just swimming around your head, right? And this leads you to not follow through on your brilliant ideas. Your brilliant ideas. So as I'm talking, like if you know any life path 1s, like whether this resonates with you or not, if you know anybody, take note. We're going to learn about all the life paths here and what their destiny is and also what their fears are, right? So, and if you're a life path 1, I'd love to hear from you. As I'm talking about all these life path numbers, I'd love to hear from you how this is resonating with you. And you may find that you resonate with other life path numbers because they're probably in your chart somewhere, and we all have all the numbers within us. But just know that somewhere in you, this is what's going on, if this is your life path number. Now, life path number 2, you love bugs. I just love the 2s, right? Because 2s are all about loves, whereas the 1 is all meant to learn about the self and the individual. The 2 comes along, 2 is about 2's relationships, 2's partnering. 1 is yang, 2 is yin, right? So the 2 is very psychic. You're very empathic. You're very intuitive, and you're a natural peacemaker. Now, what? Because you are meant to be a partner of some sort. Like you're constantly wanting mirroring because you are meant to be sharing in partnership. What happens is you feel other people like very intensely, and that's part of being that empath, right? You can feel what other people want. So you may have subconscious patterns, most likely, that you need external approval to affirm your self-worth. And you can't trust your decisions. The 2s often feel like they're torn in 2 directions because you're always trying to make other people happy, right? And so maybe you have a subconscious belief that if you're not thinking of everyone else, that you're being selfish. So when the 2 learns to find that centering, to trust their intuition, to know that you can affirm yourself, that's when you become the empath, the intuitive, the psychic, the peacemaker in this really empowered way. So again, I'd love to hear from you if you're a 2. We're going to go to number 3 now. Number 3, your destiny. Creator, collaborator, communicator, and the inspiring voice. Now you notice that all these words that begin with C is the 3rd letter of the alphabet. See how nothing's random, everything's very synchronistic in the universe? Nothing is random. The 3 is associated with expression and using your voice to uplift and inspire. It's associated with the mouth and smiling and joy, because that's your ultimate destiny, is to use what's in your heart, that beautiful, delicious, wonderful heart of yours, and all that love and all that joy that's inside of you. And you're meant to express that in the world in a very joyful way, right? And you're creative. And yet, because remember, what your destiny is often where you have your greatest challenges. You may have fears about expressing what's in your heart. You may fear being judged or fear disappointing others and all kinds of self-doubt. So you keep everything inside of you. And you just hope other people know what you're feeling, and then you feel misunderstood because they don't, because you're not saying it. So when you learn how to communicate yourself and really share that unique, authentic, beautiful voice of yours, whether it's a speaking voice or whether you're doing any other kind of creativity or simply expressing your unique self, when you learn how to do that and overcome those fears, that's when you live your destiny. So number 3 is I want to hear from you how this is resonating from you. And remember, you got to express yourself. So I really want to hear from you. Okay. So now we go on to number 4. Number 4, now a lot of people, because I tend to attract more of the empaths and the woo-woo people, 4 is like authority, and you're the teacher and the expert and the leader. And a lot of times people go, well, that's not me at all. because you're a sensitive, right? But you're still meant to be a teacher, an expert, a leader in some way. Now, the thing about the number 4, and I found this with, you're meant to be an authority, and you're meant to learn how to find security within you. So a lot of times number 4 is actually associated with the father as well. And a lot of 4s in their life planning, they choose to be either very close to their father, where their father has like the biggest role model on them, and or oftentimes their fathers weren't there for them. Either they passed away early, or they were harsh in some way, or maybe not there for them. And the reason for this is because you have to learn how to find that security within you, and you have to learn how to father yourself and be the authority yourself. And in moving through that, you become this incredible leader, this incredible authority. And fours always want to pass down their wisdom, and you have so much wisdom to share. So your subconscious beliefs can be that you have a fear of authority, because again, you don't want to be an authority if you don't have a good idea of what authority means. And you don't want other people having power over you either, right? Because you can have these either need to control or fear of being controlled or out of control. Okay. And you tend to overthink or analyze. So even if you're a squishy, sensitive soul, you can think and think and think and think and think, when you need to learn how to trust both your heart and your mind, because you need this fear of the unknown. So as you move through these subconscious beliefs, as you move through these fears, you can become the leader, the authority, the teacher, the expert, just like Oprah, the fellow for life path. You can become that as well. And that is your birthright. So I want to hear from you, fours. So the 5 destiny, freedom lover. Again, this is your destiny. The freedom lover, the adventurer, the revolutionary, the storyteller. 5s are born to be flexible and learn how to change and have freedom and share their experiences through your unique storytelling abilities. Now, again, you may feel very far from this, because sometimes, because the 5s need to learn about change, you could be so afraid of change that you never do it. Okay. But I am telling you, change, excitement, experience is your destiny. As a matter of fact, the letters in the alphabet that add up to the number 5 are letters N, E, and W that spell the word new. Okay. You're here to experience life through your 5 senses, which means a lot of trial and error, right? There'll be like things that don't work out and then things that do, right? And you're meant to learn through experience. You're meant to really have that kind of adventure in life. So some of the subconscious patterns that come with people who are meant to have this destiny, you 5 life paths, because you're meant to enjoy the 5 senses of the body, some people become very addictive and overindulge in sensual pleasures, or you're so afraid of it that you deny pleasure. And because you're meant to be independent, you can fear being dependent on others and then resent them for it. Like if you're dependent on anyone in your life, you're mad at them about it, or you fear being trapped or stuck in a situation, or you are being trapped or stuck in a situation because you haven't really allowed yourself to be the change agent that you're meant to be. And because you want freedom so much, you can fear commitment, and then you never receive the love or the stability that you so want and deserve. So these are things, once you overcome these subconscious beliefs, you can have a life of adventure and freedom and independence and excitement and still security, right? You can have it all, because why not? So 5s, I want to hear from you. 6. Oh, beautiful number 6. You're also you're about beauty. I mean, that is part of your destiny. I can't even tell you how many interior designers have a 6 life path, because the thing about the 6, you can feel you have those spidey senses. You can feel what other people are thinking about you. You can go into a room and know what's happened and know what's going on. And when you, have that kind of sensitivity, you can heal anything. You can make everything more beautiful because you have a sense of what perfection is. You have a vision. You're you're a beautiful artist, and you're also a nurturer. Notice the 6 is shaped like a pregnant woman. So you just love to take in animals or people and nurture them, right? And you see the perfection in what can be. But because you're so sensitive to what everyone's thinking and feeling, you can be a perfectionist, right? And that's one of your subconscious patterns, that everything needs to be perfect. And also because like, you know how to do everything so perfectly, like you don't necessarily want to do everything yourself, but you feel like if I don't do it myself, no one else is going to do it right. And so you take on everybody else's responsibility and you make everybody else's happiness your job. And that is exhausting, right? Because the six is ultimately about balance and harmony. And that's why they're the beautifiers. They're musical. It's just associated with music. So you're meant to have a beautiful life that's full of balance and beauty and love and art and just so much deliciousness. Yet you can exhaust yourself in that martyrhood. So I want to hear about you. I want to hear from number sixes. And remember, once you move through some of these fears, you can become the beautiful visionary, nurturer, beautifier artist that you were born to be. So now we move on to number seven, the mystic, the psychic, the truth finder, the wisdom keeper. Now, I was almost, you may think I'm a wisdom seeker, not a wisdom keeper, yet that is your destiny, to know that you have all the answers within you. You are very wise. You're a very, very wise soul. And so the sevens are always digging for the truth. It's like you're really going in there and go more and more into the truth, into the truth, into the truth. And you're meant to learn how to trust that wisdom within you, how to trust that psychic within you, how to trust the seer within you. And because trust is also one of your biggest life lessons, the sevens tend to, the sevens that I have read for, they tend to be the ones that like, they're somehow waiting for like life to sweep the rug out from under them, or maybe other people. Like either you distrust life or you distrust other people, or something's going to happen fast that like makes it all go away, that something will suddenly go wrong. And that you need to like also search for the answers outside of yourself. And you're maybe second guessing your intuition because you overanalyze. But once you learn how to trust yourself, once you learn how to trust the process of life, then life becomes a very different experience. Then you're the seer. Then you have this like innate trust that everything is in divine and perfect order. And you have those answers within you, and you know what steps to take. You know who to trust. Because really, when other people or life betrays you, it's because you betrayed your own intuition. And that's part of your life process. And so as you overcome that and you know, I have all this within me, I trust my life, I trust the universe, I trust myself, well, then life is a very different experience and a beautiful one. So I want to hear from you, number sevens. And now we go on to number 8, life path. The wealth creator. See, 8 is that infinity symbol on its side, right? But it's like heaven and earth all balanced, and this regenerative, beautiful, like infinite circle of life here. So this is another one when people say to me, oh my gosh, I don't understand this 8 life path I have because I always have problems with money, or I don't feel like I'm in power. Well, that's because you're meant to learn about it. So if you're not experiencing that infinite wealth, that feeling like you have power over your life or some dominion over your life, it's because you have fears about it. And the way to become this wealth creator, also philanthropist, because part of regenerating the cycle of wealth is to know to give it away in a way that benefits the greater good. And that's when you're at a channel of spiritual power. You're not afraid of power because you're channeling a greater power. So if you're not where you want to be with money, it's because you're still learning the lessons of money. And you incarnated as an 8 life path because you want to learn about money, status, and power. And because of that, you may have fear of being too bossy or too direct. Sure, you like squelch your power. You have fear of being an authority. You have fear that your power could harm others. A lot of 8 life paths in previous lifetimes were incredibly gifted healers. And so, maybe you had a past life where you're like, you hurt somebody, or you thought you did, or you were blamed for it, more likely. And so you're like afraid of it. And that's what you're meant to overcome in this life. And so that's why you can have fears of others bringing you down if you become powerful. Or maybe you've incarnated into a life where that was your experience. And see, again, as you move through that, these subconscious beliefs, then you become, incredible wealth creator and channel of spiritual power that you were born to be. So eights, I want to hear from you. How is this resonating? Now we get to the 9 life path, the light worker, also an empath, a humanitarian, and a soul seer. 9s just want to help the world. They are born to help the world, really. So the thing about the 9 life path, they can be very magnetic, and because really you're like a born light worker. But most likely, if you're listening to this and you're watching it, you're also a born light worker. Otherwise, like, what would you be doing here, right? But the 9 in particular is very much about helping the world, saving the world. And that could be, you know, a little bit overwhelming sometimes. If you're a 9 life path, you can feel responsible for everyone and exhaust yourself trying to be everyone for, you know, all things to all people. The other thing about the 9 life path is you're also very sensitive to what other people think and feel about you. And you also need to learn how to not, even though you feel what other people are thinking and feeling about you, you have to learn how to not need other people's approval. Oftentimes, the 9 life paths are born into families or circumstances or lifetimes where they didn't feel their needs were nurtured, where they felt either abandoned or misunderstood or like just different. Like 9 is known as the old soul. So you can imagine like you're an old soul and you know, you're showing up and you're like, everybody's different than me. And like, why don't I fit in? Right? So there's this need to fit in, even though you're meant to be very unique in your way as well. So part of the reason you chose maybe situations where you were misunderstood or different from everyone in your family or your environment, or maybe you felt responsible for everyone in your family or environment. As you move through these fears or beliefs or limitations, then you can become an empowered light worker where you're contributing to the greater good in a way that brings light to you and the world. And you are self-affirming and you feel great about life but you don't feel responsible for everyone, right? But you can be that wonderful light that you were born to be and help the world in your unique way and feel loved for it. So 9s, I want to hear from you. Now we move on to the master number 11 life path. I didn't explain how to get to the master numbers in the beginning of this, but I'm sure if you are a master number, you know about that. And the 11 life path. So you get this double one here, right? So the double one, but it also has the energy of 2 because if you add 1 plus 1 is 2. So you have that individuality of the ones, but that sense of psychicness and wanting to be affirmed and share that you have with the 2s. So your destiny is to be the illuminator, the visionary, the inspirational leader, and a healer. 11s have like magic-y healing hands. Like they almost always like do Reiki, and you're meant to like shine. I mean, really the word light adds up to 11 in numerology. And if you look at the word illumination, that double L's is also like the 11. It's like you're meant to illuminate and lift up humanity. You're a visionary. You are like, wow. But you know, the master numbers actually have a greater path to go. You'll have greater challenges as well. So you can have this fear of being different because you know you're different. So you can have a fear of it, like standing out and being different. And then because your intuition is so strong, you can also be afraid of it. You don't trust your intuition because you're meant to be so unique. You're not believing you're good enough, and you can feel, you know, have that fear of failure. But you're meant to be this incredible light in the world. So as you move through these subconscious beliefs, wow, what a destiny awaits you, right? And finally, we get to the 22 life path, the master builder. So 2 plus 2 equals 4. So you have that grounded authority, earth energy of the 4, that teacher, that leader. And yet you have these 2s that are psychic. So it's like double 11s, right? So you're the practical mystic. You're the master builder, the inspired teacher. Again, you know, if you're a master number, you can have even greater fears and subconscious beliefs. And because you feel so much responsibility, you came in here as a master number, you could feel like you need to do everything yourself. or that you're not worthy of, you may feel like, oh, I have all this greatness within me, and who am I? I'm not worthy of great wealth or status, and yet you're meant to experience great wealth and status. Or that if you take a chance on your dreams, that you'll lose your security. That something's going to happen. So you got to make really safe choices and never take a chance on yourself. And you can't trust your feelings. So you overthink your decisions. And yet you're meant to be this inspirational visionary that leads with inspiration rather than fear. And what a marvelous way to experience life, right? So you 22 life paths, I want to hear from you how this is resonating. So we've gone through all of these life paths. And so you have all this information now. And you may be thinking, okay, well, now I know what my destiny is. Maybe I resonated with a lot of these subconscious fears, or even I don't know about them, they're in my subconscious. How do I move through them? So again, I always want to give you tools to help you move through. Okay, so whatever resonates with you, and this can apply to any of your subconscious fears or things that you notice in your life. These are ways that you can transform your fate into destiny. These are ways that you can fulfill your soul's purpose and live the life, your soul intention. The first thing, now that you have remember when we bring up something subconscious into the conscious, that brings light onto it, and that begins the healing process. So the very first thing to do is to be mindful and recognize it. You can be aware. You can say, okay, I see this is one of those instances where I'm having a fear about this. When I know my destiny, and so I'm going to notice that I'm responding out of fear right now. I'm noticing a subconscious fear or belief is being triggered, and I'm just going to notice it. Because as I notice it and bring my mind to it, I'm bringing my light of consciousness and light. That's what if it's coming out of the dark and you're bringing light into it, that begins the healing process. So now that you've noticed it, accept it. Accept where you are right now with non-judgment. Accept yourself and accept, yeah, we're all human. We have these fears, beliefs that are triggered. So accept yourself. Non-judgment. Now, the third thing is to nourish your chakras. Now, your chakras are your energetic support system. And your chakras are that's your aura, right? Is what your attractor field is. So every one of your subconscious thoughts is stored in a correlating chakra. And wherever you have a subconscious fear or limiting belief, it's going to affect whichever chakra is related to that and maybe make it a little bit more sluggish or stuck in some way. So as you nourish your chakras and your aura and bring light to yourself that way and nourish your chakras, that actually changes the energy and actually relates to your subconscious, because you can be moving through all of these fears through energizing and nourishing your chakras. Now, the other thing is to imagine how you want to feel and be. If you can imagine it, you can create it. And what happens is your body doesn't know the difference between memory, imagination, and reality. So as you're imagining something, it's becoming real for you. So you know what your destiny is. So as you imagine yourself living that destiny, that's being fed into your aura, which is fed out into the universe and creating that blueprint. And it's also creating different neural networks. So you want to practice these feel-good images and feelings 10 to 15 minutes daily. And as you do that, you start to create different patterns in your brain, different patterns in your chakras, different patterns in your energy field, and that becomes your reality. It's exciting to know that you have the power within you to change your life. Now, I want you to understand, I understand that all of this together may feel very overwhelming for you. And I want you to know that healing doesn't need to be hard. That's actually a limiting belief that you can let go of right now. Healing doesn't have to be hard. And in fact, I have made it easy for you because I'm introducing something to you right now to help you live the life your soul intended. I have created something called Life Path Illuminations, which are personalized healing attunements to align with your soul's bliss. So let me explain what these life path illuminations are. And I want you to know that this is the culmination of all of my readings, all of my healing, everything I've learned. For years and years and years, when I realized that each life path number has their own unique set of patterns, yet every life path number has the same similar patterns. I wanted to create something that would make healing possible, make healing happen in a way that was very personalized to each life path number. And I've had this in my heart and my soul for years and years. And I took a year to actually create these life path illuminations for you. And so I want to explain what they are. And you can also click the button below to learn more. We're going to have, Jess, do we have the button for them there?
Yes, the button is there.
You had to unmute yourself, right?
Yes, I did. Sorry.
Also, it's wonderful to hear your voice because I have been talking for an hour. I'm like, I hope we're still here.
You have. No, this has been really insightful. We have had a few questions come in. So when you're ready for that, let me know.
Well, let me explain the product a little bit. Yeah. So this wonderful healing tool, and then we'll come back and I'll answer some questions. So you can click the button below to learn more. You can also go to lifepath.numerologist.com if for some reason you can't find the button or whatever is happening. So I want to explain this healing tool that is the culmination of my life's work and one of the things I'm most proud of right now on the planet. So basically, these life path illuminations are 3 powerful healing modalities that are combined. So I have combined for you numerology, chakra healing, and brainwave entrainment in this beautiful 3-dimensional healing methodology, so that it is a conduit for you seeking deep self-discovery and lasting transformation. Now, remember, I made this easy for you, and I'm going to explain how. So first of all, every life path illumination is based on your life path number. So if you're a 4 life path, you get your own set of life path illuminations. If you're a 6 life path, you get your set of, for 6 life path illuminations. So what are these life path illuminations? So first of all, they're based on your personal life path number. So each life path number gets a whole unique set. And the foundation of this is 77 powerful healing attunements that are personalized to your specific life path. Because remember, your numerology chart is the blueprint of your soul's potential, right? So, you can know your numerology, but what do you do to heal yourself? So these 77 healing attunements, and let me explain to you how I came up with 77 and what these attunements are. Now, on the surface, they may seem like affirmations. What this was, when I was channeling this healing modality, I had to really figure out, first of all, when you receive an affirmation, it has to bypass your subconscious. You have to allow it to become part of your subconscious, and it has to be easy for you to assimilate. So my guides first channeled for me 11 healing attunements for each chakra. So basically, they showed me the energy for each chakra, what needed to go into each life path number. Each of the 7 chakras, they showed me 11 types of energy that that would help you for your specific life path number. 11, healing energies for each of your 7 chakras. So the easiest way to assimilate that was through affirmations. Now, they're not just affirmations. They're affirmation infused with the healing energy of the highest potential of every of those affirmations that go into each of those chakras. So they're infused with energy healing. They're infused with love. They're infused with intention. And also these affirmation attunements. Over the course of a year, I worked with a team of healers and creatives, 60, because I wanted to make sure this worked. So before I release this to you, before I release this to the public, I worked with this team of healers and creatives to fine tune these attunements so that these affirmations, they're more simple. For very complicated affirmation is very hard to assimilate into the subconscious. So I wanted to make sure that they were easy for you to assimilate and attune to energetically and also in your mind. So we perfected and perfected and perfected and simplified and perfected so that you have a lot of healing energy that's very simplified, and these 77 powerful healing attunements that are personalized to your specific life path. So there's chakra healing that goes into this because your aura is your soul's home, and it's made up of layers and layers of energy fields that emanate from your chakras, root to crown, right? And your aura is an energy body that, remember, your past life memories are stored in your subconscious, and also your aura and your chakras. So as you cleanse your chakras, as you nourish your chakras, this changes your energy field, and this is your attractor field, and then you attract more people, positive people and circumstances to you. So these 77 attunements, remember, there's 11 for each chakra, root to crown. And that is how my guide showed me was the most powerful way for you to have the building blocks for you to change your life. And I want to explain more about the chakras for you. So each chakra relates to a different part of your life. So as you nourish these chakras, and this is where what your attunements do, these life path illuminations, they're nourishing and healing your chakras. The first chakra, when you heal and nourish that chakra, that is when you experience wealth, prosperity, and security, as well as a sense of belonging. Your second chakra is your seat of joy and sensuality, so that when you heal and nourish this chakra, that is what you experience. Your third chakra, your seat of self-esteem, confidence, and personal power. Your fourth chakra, your heart, is love, joy, and compassion. Your fifth chakra, your throat, is your creativity and expression. And when that's nourished, you are creative and expressive and speaking your truth and living your truth and in alignment with your soul's purpose. Now your sixth chakra, your third eye, is your intuition, your clairvoyance. And so when you heal that, nourish that, you can see clearly and be intuitive, connected to your intuition. Now, of course, your seventh chakra is your connection to the divine and to spiritual insight. And so this is the building blocks of your life path illuminations. And this is why this program is so powerful, yet there's more. I wanted this to, when you're creating new neural networks, when you're changing a pattern, especially something that is past life, and all of this is in your subconscious. All you need to do is listen to these attunements. Yet I wanted this to be powerful. And there's different brain waves that have that we're in at different times. And when you're in that theta brain wave that I talked about before, that you're in from ages of 0 to 7, that was when all your patterns were created. So when you're in that theta brain wave, you can change your patterns at the root, at the subconscious. And you can also get into deep meditation. And that's what I studied, was how to get into theta brainwave to change patterns at the source. Yet I wanted you to be able to, you don't always have the opportunity to be in that meditative state. There's different times of your life, and there's different ways that you can listen to these things. So I wanted you to be able to reprogram your subconscious with that repetition in every aspect of your life. So transformation anytime, anywhere, because your subconscious mind is your soul's answering machine. And it's always playing these hidden messages on repeat. And they can either empower you or disempower you. So each set of these healing attunements is designed to relax your mind and elevate your consciousness and heal these patterns. And all you need to do is listen. And yet, I wanted you to have different ways that you can listen to this. Now, again, you can click the button below to learn more, or you can simply visit lifepath.numerologist.com. And you can read more about it and see. Now, I receive hundreds and hundreds of testimonials about this, but I want to tell you more about how these different brainwave entrainment works, because there's 4 different personalized brainwave sessions that you can experience for tangible healing. So this first brainwave entrainment, so these are 4. There's 4 different ones, because remember, repetition is really important, and the more relaxed your mind is, the more you can receive, the more you can change. Now, by simply listening to something at an alpha brainwave is when you are creative, when you're in that flow. Have you ever been in that zone? That's that alpha brainwave. So simply by listening to alpha brainwave, you can get your mind, you can entrain your mind into that creativity zone. And your 77 healing attunements, one of your recordings is set to alpha brainwave entrainment. So you can become more creative, more in that flow. And that you can listen to while you're writing, while you're exercising, while you're working, while you're doing housework, because it gets you in a nice, happy state without being totally zenned out in meditation, where you're still alert, but you're like joyful and happy. And who doesn't want to be that? And that is a wonderful place for you to receive your 77 brainwave entrainments, your attunements. Now you have theta brainwave. You have one other recording session that's such a theta brainwave entrainment. Now remember, that is where you picked up your subconscious patterns from 0 to 7. So if you can get your mind into that theta brainwave and reprogram there, it goes right past your conscious mind, right to your subconscious mind. So this session, this meditation bliss, theta brainwave illuminations, can help you become more meditative and get you into higher states of consciousness. And that is super rapid for you to change your subconscious patterns. So you also have that theta brainwave entrainment session. Now, if you have trouble sleeping, or you want to listen to something while you're sleeping, you could put something on a loop, or you want to get to sleep, we have the Sweet Dreams illuminations that's set to Delta. Now you'll see here as an example, it says Life Path 1. That's if you're Life Path 1. If you're a Life Path 2, it'll say Life Path 2. So don't worry, you're going to get your own separate set of attunements, whatever your life path is. And by the way, we calculate your life path number for you. So if you don't know it, or you're like, oh, am I a master number or whatever, we're going to calculate that for you. Okay. So I want you to know about this Sweet Dreams Delta brainwave entrainment. This is a very, very, very deep brainwave for sleep and lucid dreaming. So when you listen to this Sweet Dreams Delta illumination, it helps you get to sleep, and it also can really accelerate your healing because you're in that very deep brainwave. And because, you're driving sometimes and you want to be able to listen to this, like, you don't want to like totally zone out or go to sleep or meditate, I created one for you for everyday empowerment. And this is to uplifting music. It's not to any specific brainwave entrainment. You can play it in the background 24/7 if you want, and always listen to your healing attunements that can help you reprogram your brain. You can do it while you're driving even. You can play it in the background all day for inspiration. So those are for every aspect of your life. So whenever You can listen and change your subconscious patterns from the source so that you can fulfill your destiny. You can listen anywhere and anytime for automatic healing while you work, play, exercise, do chores, and even while you sleep. So this is easy for you. This is one way that you can change your life. And how do I know it works? Because I have a survey for everyone that has experienced this after 30 days. And I've received hundreds of replies, and people write me in all the time and they tell me that how much it's changed their life. And I ask people if they felt benefits in their life. 100% of the people answered yes, from people who took the survey. Out of hundreds of people who wrote back to me, every single person has said it has helped change their life. So this is easy. This is accessible. This can change your life forever, your past lives, and you can get it now for a very limited time. You can get this for 55% off. Plus, I have 3 bonuses for you. Now, you can just click the button below to claim your 55% discount, and you also get these 3 bonuses for free. So those 4 illuminations, those 4 sessions that you receive, they have the words where you can hear them, and that's helpful for repetition. I've also created these 3 subliminal audios for you. Now, these subliminal audios, the words are subliminal. So all you hear are these peaceful nature sounds. And you can play this in the background anywhere. You can play it, like, let's say you own a store, you can play it, or a house or whatever. Your animals will feel it. Your children will feel it. Everyone in your environment will feel it and experience this. So you have ocean sounds, birds, and crickets, depending on what you love and when you want to hear those. So the thing about subliminals, because the words are beneath the sounds, it actually bypasses a lot of your brain, and you just receive that healing energy as you're just listening to joyful nature sounds and everyone around you. And because you may be visual, you also receive a printable guidebook with all of your healing attunements, and you can print it out. You can stick them, you can read them out loud, and I suggest you do before bed. You can write them, you write on Post-it notes. You can print out different ones and put them in different areas. You can put some on your computer screen, your bathroom mirror. They're yours for you to be creative with. They're there to help you, remind you to nourish yourself and really live your destiny. Now, also, you're going to receive 7 weekly chakra healing messages. So every week for 7 weeks, we're going to deliver for you powerful healing messages for each of your 7 chakras. So you start with root 1, week 1, you start with the root chakra, and then you work your way up to your crown chakra, week 7. So in each of these emails, you'll discover the telltale signs if you have a chakra imbalance, so that you'll know how you can, what to look for in your life to nourish your each of these chakras. You know how, to be able to spot an imbalance and what you can do to balance it. So in addition to your life path illuminations, you'll get this education about the chakras and how to nourish and balance and heal your chakras. And that's life-changing as well. So again, you can click the button below to order now at 55% off, and you can visit lifepath.numerologist.com. Now remember, Numerologist is guaranteeing this with their incredible 365-day money-back guarantee. So you have just nothing to lose. I want you to understand that how easy this is and how simple this is and how life-changing this is. So I want to share with you now, these are some of the people that wrote to me even before I surveyed them. They just wrote back to me with just the most amazing feedback about what they're experiencing when they listen to these life path illuminations and what this was like for them. And I want to share this with you so you have an idea of what's possible for you. So this is Lisa Fraley, and she lovely. And she wrote me, and not all of what she wrote me is here, but she kept saying, it's as if you read my mind. It's as if you were reading my mind. And people cry when they experience their life path illumination sometimes, because it's something so deep and so soulful that that it's like, how did you know? How did you know this is what I'm experiencing? They feel like they were written just for me. So she writes, it's astounding how spot on my life path illuminations felt for me, as if Carrie read my mind. I won't read this all to you. She simply said that listening to the recordings and reading the affirmation puts me in resonance with my deepest wants at a soul level and helps me feel safe and secure as I move toward them. Kiana says, within the first couple of weeks, my life improved. Now, one of the things that she mentioned, now, by the way, Kiana, I guess she's experienced like all of my products because she really enjoys what I bring to the world. But she says this is her favorite because she says, I have to admit, her new program is by far my favorite. Its impact was huge. So she talks about her life improving, but the one thing that she mentions, the Sweet Dreams audio took away nightmares she was having. So she used to get all these nightmares and have trouble going to sleep. And so now she's able to go to sleep and wake up refreshed and feel really good about life. So trust me, it won't disappoint by this program. If you're looking for peace and a higher spiritual connection, you have found a key. So that's what beautiful Kiana had said. This woman, Becky Wilfred, she wrote me a few times actually, because she was astounded because all of her 3 kids ask for it every night. So she has one, she bought her for her life path. Her husband purchased his life path illuminations for his life path. I guess they chose hers to play to the kids. And apparently their energy, she was saying, I have played them when their energy seems to be really high and there's a lot of drama. Several times it has calmed them down and totally changed the vibration in our house. Usually all 3 of my children fall asleep during the meditation. That's a huge improvement for them. And in the past, it has taken upwards of an hour before the younger 2 would finally fall asleep. And all 3 of my kids ask for it every night. And yes, you are welcome to share yours with your children, even though they're written for you. It's my greatest joy to have your kids have this empowerment and positive energy and positive mindset as they're growing up. It would make me so happy. A lot of people choose to purchase the unique life path numbers for their children, for their different life path numbers. Yet, if you can only purchase one, feel free to play it for your children and share it with them, and it will change all of your life. Carolyn goes to sleep listening to them as well. And she says, I go to sleep listening to them and I literally wake up in a different reality. Again, you can heal while you're sleeping. So she says, I love these healing attunements. To be honest, I've never stuck with doing affirmations, especially done for you ones, preferring to create my own. However, damn, she says, these feel so personal and so potent. I've been using them daily and they are truly extraordinary. I go to sleep listening to them and wake up in a different reality. Again, these aren't affirmations. They seem like affirmations, yet there's so much more that goes into them that is going beneath the surface there. And this is all about going beneath the surface. So you can get this right now for 55% discount. Simply click on the button below. You're going to pay only $111 for that today instead of the $247 that is listed on my website. And of course, you may be wondering about that 111. Now, 111 is a sacred number. The ones, remember, are that conduit between spirit and matter. And 1 + 1 + 1 is 3, which is the number of creation. And this is helping you co-create your life into a higher reality. And that's the reason that we chose $111 to offer this to you today. Plus, I wanted to give you an amazing discount. So you can click the button to claim your discount or visit lifepath.numerologist.com. Ooh, guess what happens now? I'm going to go to live readings in just a minute. I just want to answer here some questions ahead of time that you might have. And then I'm going to go to questions and live readings. So I'm excited. So I just want to answer some questions again that you might have already, because I know what some of these questions are already. So you want to know if it's personalized to your life path, perhaps, or if it's the same for every life path number. Remember, each life path number, 1 through 9, and the master numbers get a different set of life path illuminations. So they are personalized to your life path number. If you are another life path number, you'd get a whole different set of life path illuminations. They are personalized to you. That was the whole point of me creating it. So you may want to know, though, well, what if someone with a different life path number, here's my attunements, will be harmful to their subconscious? It will help anyone who listens to them. Because they're nourishing your chakras, and each chakra has the same basic needs, like what I showed you, what each chakra is about. So they're nourishing the chakras, they're uplifting, they're inspiring, they're healing. They can only help anyone who listens to them, yet it's more powerful if you get for your specific life path number. But if you got yours and like you shared it with your children or your husband or wife or whatever, and they listen to it too, or people who come into your environment, it will only help everybody feel better, including your pets, even though they can't even understand the words perhaps, but they understand the energy around it. So never harmful, only helpful. Do I need to know my life path number before I purchase my life path illuminations? We calculate it for you automatically. So we do that for you. Can I play these aloud at home? Will it benefit the people in my environment? As I mentioned, everyone and anyone. I do ask that you don't share it with like people outside of your, immediate family or whatever. But if they're in your environment, of course, everybody will benefit from it. So of course. How often do I need to listen to the audios to see results? What a great question that we asked. To change a pattern, the more you change them, the more you have positive affirmations, the easier it is to change your pattern. And I do ask that you listen to some version of the audio with the words, not just the subliminal, but some version of it for 30 days. It didn't matter, whether it's the alpha one, the theta one, whichever, but listen to that and really entrain to that. So you're getting those words in your head and those neural networks for 30 days. And most people write to me, they just love listening to it every day. So a lot of people are afraid when they hear about subliminal audios, like, is there anything else that's going to say like, buy this or like, do that or whatever? Nothing other than your 77 healing attunements. There's nothing else we put in there. Okay. So you don't need to be afraid. We have some other weird subliminal messages for you. That's it. Just your 77 attunements are buried beneath those nature sounds. Do I need to be good at meditation or visualization for these to be effective? No, you do not. Listen and receive. And it helps you get into a more meditative state. Yet you're listening. It's that repetition that's helping you reprogram your subconscious. Like I said, this is designed to be easy for you. Which audios do I listen to first? Whichever ones you prefer. The theta and the delta ones, since they're the slower brain waves, are more powerful. Yet if you don't have the opportunity to sit in meditation or do that while you're going to sleep or sleeping, simply like just listening to any of them will be helpful. So if that helps you. What kinds of changes will I see in my life? Well, about 100% of people have said to me they experience more confidence, more self-esteem, more joy, more ease, more lightness, more trust, more peace, better quality of life. That is like universal. And other kind of changes that people also receive, obviously, like when you have those feelings. So remember, we're working on every chakra, which works on every area of your life. More intuition, more prosperity, more security, more sense of connection. That also can come as you change your patterns and create more nourishing thoughts and feelings. Can I download these onto my phone or mobile? Absolutely. These are MP3s. So as you can download any MP3, and there's also apps, there's something called Dropbox you can download them on. And there's some people put them on a loop. They find apps on their phone or whatever, and they can put it on a loop. People like to put things on a loop and listen to them all day, right? Especially the nature subliminal ones, right? You can listen to those all day. And Yes, they're meant to be, again, easy. So again, if you want to click the button below to claim your discount or visit lifepath.numerologist.com. So what you receive is those 4 personalized brainwave entrainment sessions, the Life Path Illuminations printable guidebook, the 3 subliminal healing audios, and your 7 weekly chakra messages, plus a whole lot of love. I just want you to experience this, so I hope that you invest in yourself. And that is it. I am going to
hit the X.
I'm hitting the X. Hey, everybody. Here we are again together. We did it. We got through the transfer of slides to real life again here, going back into the vortex. So I'm just so excited to hear what your experience has been like, how this has resonated with you, with your life path number. And Jess, you had mentioned that people have some questions for me, and then we're going to do some readings too.
Yes, yay, it's exciting. I know we have lots of people interested and excited to do the readings. So Sue says, how do you find the master number? And does everyone have a life path and master number? So
no, not everybody has a master number. If you do have a master number, then we will let you know when we calculate this for you. But it's not guaranteed that you have a master number. So what other questions do we have, Jess?
Awesome. And we knew this one was going to come up. Tristan says, what about life path 33? I've been told my life path was 33, but expressed as a 6. I don't understand this.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So life path 33 is the most rare of them all. It's very rare, but there are some life path 33s, and we would calculate them for you. So it's expressed as a 6 because 3 plus 3 is 6. And just like 11 is 1 plus 1 is 2. And so we would reduce the number 33 to a 6. You can consider it a higher vibration of 6. So basically the master numbers are that reduced number at a higher vibration. So you have more of those life lessons. Everything we talked about with the 6, it's more, it's in a higher vibration. So you'll have greater challenges and also greater potential with that. So I hope that helps.
Yes. And then I just want to mention that a lot of people commented what their life path was, but that some of the other life paths also resonated with them. So can you speak about that, how that?
Yeah, and I mentioned that in the beginning that you're probably going to resonate with all of the life path because first of all, we all share the same human experiences. I mean, who doesn't like have similar challenges like, oh, I don't trust my intuition all the time, or I feel insecure or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So we all will have some of the, and of course, you can have in your chart where you have some of these numbers in your chart. So you will experience that. Yet the reason the life path illuminations are based around your life path number is because that we know for sure that if you are that life path number, that you are going to have these specific challenges and gifts. But of course, we all as humans have similar experiences, right? Similar insecurities, similar fears. Yet each life path number is very specific in how that manifests. And that's why I made those unique to each life path number. I hope that makes sense.
Perfect. Thank you. We're ready if you are.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do just a few readings here. And if you want to be read, so there's an ask a question thing at the bottom there. So you can just write, yes, and your question. And so just so you know, when I call you on, you're going to be brought on to video as well. And I'm going to ask that you ask about a specific aspect of your life because like I could just do it could take forever to do a whole life path reading. So like if you want to come on and you're going to tell me your birth date, your full month, day, and year of birth. And also what your question is. Okay, so I'm going to ask my guides to help me choose. Oh, and I want to say something too about asking a question. So my goal is to empower you. So I will not tell you if you're going to find a new job, if you're going to find a new love, when something's going to happen. The whole reason I created these life path illuminations is to empower you to create your reality where you're living your potential. It is up to you whether you create that purpose, right? Whether you're fulfilling your destiny. So when I bring you on and you're asking a question, instead of saying, when will I or will I ask you to ask about an area of life, like, and please just like very brief. I don't need to know your whole life story because I'm psychic and so I can read into that. But something like, I'm having trouble finding work. Like, this is my birthday. I'm having trouble finding work. What can I do? Or, I can't seem to find true love. How can you help me? So this is about empowering you. And this again is why I created the Life Path Illuminations, to empower you. Because it doesn't matter whether I tell you something will or will not happen. If you still have these patterns and you're not changing your life, then what's the point, right? Okay, so I'm going to go to the questions now. And actually, Jess, can you pick some people?
I will. Sue Edwards, I'm going to invite you to the screen. So what's going to happen is you're going to get a little pop-up on your screen that says you've been invited to join. You'll just want to hit yes, and then it'll take a second. And then you should be able to pop on here in just a second.
So am I picking her? Hi, look at you, Sue. Put your computer down so I can see you. Hi.
Where the camera is.
You're perfect.
Okay. Good.
Well, actually a little bit. Yay, I could see your face.
Okay.
That's wonderful. Sue Edwards. Okay, so wonderful. And when you see me looking down, it's because I'm writing on paper, because that helps me tune into you.
Okay.
Okay, Sue, so what's your birthday?
10/21/55.
Oh, I love that you're born on the 21st. That's my birthday too.
Okay.
20. So I believe you are a 5 life path. Jess, is that what you get too? Sue, is that what you are?
No, 6.
6.
Just
Right.
6 life path, October 21st.
It's hard for me to add so quickly while I'm also reading your energy. Okay, so you're a 6 life path. Oh yeah, that feels about right, doesn't it? Yes, you're such the over nurturer, martyr, always helping other people at your own expense kind of person. Right. But a lovely, lovely, lovely beautifier and giver and all things. Like, are you the kind of person too that like wants to foster every animal, right?
Yes, but I fight that.
Yes, well, good. So how can I help you today, Sue?
I'm trying to transition out of work that does not feed my soul into work that does feed my soul in the health and wellness. And I just would like to hear what my challenges may be to do that.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad you said health and wellness, because you're a natural healer, and so many 6 life paths are a natural healer. Because the thing about the 6 life path is because you are so sensitive to other people's energy. It's like you can, and that perfectionist energy is actually good for healing, because you can feel what needs to be changed. You can feel what needs to be harmonized, and you can feel what needs to be balanced. So this is why 6, I'm actually getting angel bumps as I'm talking about this. Like, that's how good a healer you are. And you do have so many, oh my gosh, I'm like almost freezing. I'm getting so many angel bumps. So you are a born healer. And when you came on, your guides showed me like that nurse energy around you, which always to me tells me, and that's part of why I picked up on this like animal energy with you too, because they're like these natural healers as well. And like, so there's a couple things that are going on with you in terms of not being able to find work. So it is that part of it is that 6 energy where you're coming from such a good place in your heart, where you genuinely want to help people, and you genuinely want to uplift other people, and you genuinely want to do it, that you've been going on like, if I just do these good deeds, then I'm going to be rewarded. And yet you don't ask for yourself to be rewarded. You just think, if I keep doing this, I'm going to be rewarded. but I don't speak up for myself. I don't ask for it, but I get mad when I don't receive it. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
So it's not just about what you're doing. It's how you're doing it, right? Because one of your soul lessons is to learn your self-worth. You know it in your heart because when you're like helping people, you're like, I have so much to give, and you love it, right? Like you're just in your element when you're giving and when you're healing and when you're doing all that. And so you think the universe is just going to reward me because that's how goodness works.
Exactly.
Right. And it does. I mean, the universe does want to reward you, and it has in a way. Like you have that sense of gratification when you help people, but it's not showing up in the money, and it's not showing up in the respect, and it's not showing up in the support you receive. So it's as you learn that what you have is valuable, it's time for you to ask for more from the people in your life instead of, now this is a sixth thing where you're just doing because you're just doing. And then, the sixes tend to have that martyr thing, right? You know how valuable you are, but you don't like say it or ask for it. And this is in all of your relationships. This is showing up. Do you understand? Like even with friends, you're like, I do this all for my friends and I don't get it. Why are they taking advantage of me? I don't get this in return. Does this make sense with you, Sue?
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
And again, this is why I created these life path illuminations, because it helps you so in your throat chakra, you can say you'll say it when you're angry about it, right?
Yeah,
but you won't talk to the people. Yeah, but you won't talk to the people that can help change this for you. So it's about knowing your self-worth and expressing your self-worth, and not just thinking that, they should recognize it. It's really about learning how to do that. So that being said, once you learn to do that and change your behavior and change all that, then your life will change. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
And then your circumstances, I would definitely look at alternative healing modalities such as Reiki and animal healing. The animals keep coming in strong for you, animal healing, but hands-on healing, therapeutic healing. But the thing is, you can't transition to that until you have that self-worth to ask for the money to receive it. Do you understand? Yes. So where you are right now is help teaching you that.
Yes. Yeah.
I send you so much love, Sue. Thank you so much for coming. So does this make sense to you?
Yeah. Well, and I am a double Reiki master. So yeah.
Well, there you go.
But the animal thing is kind of strange because most animals that I know are not big Reiki receivers. They
right.
Some animals just completely kind of.
Well, part of that is when animals respond to authority. And when you claim your authority, they're going to respond to you differently. I promise. This is so much a lesson for you. I wish you so much love. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Lots of love to you. Okay, Jess, and you're going to help us.
Yes, I have Rosalina.
Rosalina.
Yes, so Rosalina, it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to invite you to join and you'll get a little pop-up on your screen. So just click that you accept the invitation. And she will be.
You want to dance her name. And Rosalina, you're going to tell us your birthday too.
My birthday is the 2nd of May, 1956. Hello.
Hi, Rosalina. And Jess, you're going to do her numerology for me, right? Her life path information.
I know it. It's one.
You know it, please. It makes my heart sing. What is your life path number, Rosalina?
1.
Ooh, you're a 1 life path, the first. Okay, so, and you're born on a 2-day. So you're 1 life path born on a 2-day. So you have that, I want to help you and I want to be respected for it.
Yes.
That push and pull, I'm doing everything for you. When are you going to recognize me? So Rosalina, so there's 2 E's in your name. I love that. Makes me go, wee. Rosalina, how can I help you today?
I used to tell, my mother was psychic. She denied it because she was Catholic, but she definitely was. She made different things. However, I used to say to him, she had a very strange relationship with money. and I used to resent it and fight it. But I find myself having the very same relationship with
Oh,
money.
well, this is why I said that we choose our parents and they're here to, because you obviously have some past life experiences where you never had a sense of self-worth about money. You know what your guides are showing me with you and money is you receive it, but then you like, it can't leave your hands fast enough. Does that make sense? It's like you don't want to keep it, like you spend it. Like you can't.
I'm not a big spender, no. I'm the opposite. I'm kind of a mean with myself.
Oh, so you're afraid to spend it. So that's what it is. Sometimes they'll show me like, they're like, because they showed me like it wanted to leave your hands. Do you know what I mean? So that my guides talk to me in symbols. So it's the opposite, but it was that extreme. It's one of the extremes, right?
Oh, it is.
Yeah, that's how guides show these things to me. Like you're afraid of it slipping. Oh, that's it. So you picked up the subconscious fear from your mom that your money's going to disappear, right? It's going to slip out of your fingers.
Yeah, you can't spend it because you got to save it for a rainy day.
Right, and you're afraid
do you want it or do you need it?
So you're afraid it's going to slip out of your fingers. So you live in a state of self-deprivation. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right. And is this what your question is about today, or is it about work?
No, well, I'm retired. I was a nurse for over 40 years, but I'm retired now.
Okay. So what is your question?
Well, my question was, I try and get over it, even down to ordering, because I've ordered a numerology thing. That's how I know my life path.
Wonderful.
It's the second time I've done it.
Wonderful.
I've been to see somebody that's a medium.
Yep. I want to be very clear what your question is, just because we have to.
Sorry. My question was, how on earth do I get rid of this thing and just realize that money is there, and if I want it, I can do it?
Well, it's not about getting rid of these beliefs. And this is why your beliefs are there to help you, actually. So as you understand, you transform your beliefs, you change your beliefs. You don't remember I said when I said you recognize it and accept it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for you, so you're a one life path, right?
Yes.
And one life paths are meant to stand out and be shiny and be seen. Now, this thing with money is actually connected with your sense of like needing to hide in the background. Do you experience that?
Yeah, I do a bit.
And like,
I don't like crowds.
Not just that, but like
little crowds.
It's a sense of self-worth. Like you.
Oh yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying now?
Yes, I do.
Like, you know, who are you to be like the shiny one, or who are you to be the one that like, you know, is better or makes everyone stand out? And this is why we heal through all the chakras, because it's not just about money. It's about your sense of feeling special, of knowing that you're special and not allowing yourself to feel special.
I get it. Thank you.
And it's reflected in money. I'm actually getting goosebumps as we're talking about. It's reflected in money, but it really comes from a deeper conditioning you have of like, you know, just be one of everybody else. You can't be better than everybody else. Whereas ones are meant to stand out as different. So the money is a reflection of that. Because you spend money on yourself, you're saying, I'm special, I deserve this. And there's some of you that says, I don't deserve this. So who are you to spend this on yourself? Do you get that, Rosalina?
I do.
And so as you learn, and again, this is why the one life path illuminations are to help you like be that shiny one, be that different one, be that special one. Now, I hope you invest in yourself, see? Because you're part of you that's like, I want this, but I don't want to invest in it. And that's that thing again. I can actually read this in your energy. I'm just going to learn this and not do it because I'm just not going to spend the money. I can actually see that in your energy, that conflict. Why don't you just allow yourself? Numerology says a 365-day guarantee. You're special. You deserve. You deserve this. And you deserve a lot of things. You deserve to stand out. So,
well, I think, I'll share you with other people, and
Thank
thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you. But this is about you, Rosalina.
Okay.
And I
Well,
appreciate that. I want you to allow yourself, and you're so special that your spirit guides picked you out of all these people so that I could do your reading. That's how shiny you are. So allow yourself to be shiny, to be seen, to be special, and to treat yourself whenever you feel like it, because you're special and you deserve it. Okay. And I'm not just talking about this. I mean everything. Okay.
Yes.
I love you. Lots of love to you.
And to you too. God bless. Bye.
Bye. Yay. We can do one or two more. I think we're running out of time.
Yeah, we need to watch it will switch to a different session. So on the hour.
Yeah,
So
we'll do one
I think
more.
we have time for one more. Tristan.
And if we can't do two, but we'll definitely do one.
Yes. Tristan McIntosh. Just
Macintosh.
same thing? Macintosh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh,
Hi. Macintosh. Yay, that's the computer I have, but I also lived in Scotland, so I love all things Macintosh.
Yeah. I'm so glad you chose me. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad where your spirit guides chose you. And look at the light behind you.
I knew they would.
You knew they would. I love that.
Yeah. Okay. I know you guys are in kind of a hurry. So I have been, I've been talking with my guides a lot. I have my angel oracle cards and I'm learning to do that. I've kind of discovered that
What's your birthday, Tristan, before we move on?
8177.
8177. And we need your question sort of concise.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I've been getting feedback that there is a subconscious block, like a memory, some before I can ascend to the next level of my transformation or training or whatever, I have to uncover this. And it's a childhood memory.
Well, what's the question?
Well, what is this memory? Like, I can't
figure it out. Tell me what is the area in your life that you're looking to improve?
My career, I suppose. Yeah.
She has a 6 life path.
You couldn't decide because there's lots of areas. Yeah. You're like, I want to improve it all, actually.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
and your life path number is Jess, what's her life path number?
She's a 6.
You're a 6, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a 6. So yeah, I'm told that there's a painful memory in my past, and it's causing behavioral issues for me, I suppose. And
let me just tell you what I see, and then because I know different readers will pick up different things, but I'll just sometimes if I hear about other people's sessions, it can scramble my energy. Do you know what I mean? So let me just tell you what I see. And then, so first of all, when I'm looking into your energy field, I see that you don't allow other people in to support you. You kind of push people away, or you don't allow them in somehow. And this is a 6 thing, because what happens and we have some 6 life paths here. So what happens with a lot of 6 life paths is they'll think they'll have to do everything themselves, right? And so if you grow up thinking, I'm the responsible one, I have to take care of everybody, and who's going to take care of me? So you push people away from actually supporting you. And again, this is very common with the 6 life path. So it's the core belief running through every area of your life is that, and including your love life, right?
Yeah.
Including your career, is that I want these people in my life. So your conscious mind thinks, I want people. I want people to help me. I want this support. But your subconscious is saying, oh, I have to do everything myself because I'm the responsible one. And other people are going to drop the ball. And that's a 6 life path thing. This happens to you. I know you asked about career, but your guides really want you to know this in relationships. Because it's affecting every area of your life. So as the 6s learn to receive support and not have to do everything themselves, that's when you manifest your highest and best purpose. So again, and this is why, does this make sense to you, Tristan?
Yes, no, you're hitting it right on the head. That's what I thought that it was. That's what I was intuitively thinking that, but, because the love is also
a big one for you. And you definitely have this idea in your head and your energy field. It's not your head, it's your subconscious mind. But remember, this runs through your energy field. Like, I can't trust anyone to support me through my life because they're just going to drop the ball on me.
Does that cause people to drop the ball, like, in turn?
Because you have the subconscious belief that people are going to drop the ball, and that's what happens. Do you understand?
That is what
And this is why I always help heal at the subconscious, because your conscious mind, I can see, says, I'm ready for support. I want a soulmate. I want a partner. I want a job where I'm fulfilled. I see the whole vision boards. I see everything. You know, you do all this work, but your subconscious is still running the show, and your subconscious has been trained since past lives to say, they're going to drop the ball. I'm the only one that's responsible here. And this is why for your life path illumination, it's all about, like, you know, there's so much about receiving support, not being responsible for everybody else, and allowing yourself to be support. Does that make sense, Tristan?
Yeah, no, it does. It makes complete sense. It does. And I'm glad, I'm relieved that you said that, because that's what I sensed that this was about. And I just don't know how to get past it other than, I guess.
Again, one of the reasons I created this is because I didn't want to just see people suffer. I created something super, super easy to help you reprogram your subconscious. This is exactly why I'm doing this whole webinar, and why I spent years creating this product for you, so that you can change that pattern, right? That is exactly why I did it. And I know that you can, because I've already seen hundreds and hundreds of testimonials. So I hope that you invest in yourself and know that you can feel this, and you deserve more. So I send you so much love, Tristan.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Love.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you, Tristan. Okay, Carrie, I think it would be amazing if we could do one more. I think we have.
Okay, and whoever it is has to go super fast. Remember.
Okay. Yes. Whoops. It is Kate.
Hi, Kate. Kate with a C or a K?
With a K.
Hey, letter K. So we're going to go super fast. And I know you are able to do. What's your birthday, Kate?
July 10th, 1983.
Wonderful. Jess will calculate your life path. And in the meantime, how can I help you?
I am wondering what blocks are in my way from finding love.
Oh,
It's an 11 too, Carrie. She has a master number.
Oh, you're an 11 life path. Okay, so you know, you actually really much. I love how you're like up there. That's just the 11 life path. I love that. You know what it is in your life. You've always known that you were very special, and you've always known. It's very much an 11 life path. I'm actually getting angel bumps as I'm talking about this. You've known that you were born for greatness, which is very much of the 11 life path. And you're kind of afraid of that in relationships. Okay. You're afraid of coming off as conceited, or like that, you know, they think I'm too, and it's only in romantic relationships that you do that. Like, I feel like you're really good at doing that in, like, in life, like kind of being more shiny and stuff. But in relationships, I feel like you think that's going to terrify people, you know, you being this like master number illuminator. Does that make sense to you?
It does, yes.
Yeah, because you know you're special, and you think, well, I can't come across as conceited, or I can't come across as like thinking I'm all great, but you actually are. And this is why the 11 life path is a different level, you know, because it's about, you know, and the illuminations that I've created for that are helping you feel good about being special. You know? And does that make sense to you about how that's getting in the way of your romantic relationship?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So again, in work, you have no problem with it, but in romance, you think, and this comes from your mother's line. We don't have time to get into it, but I know it comes from over there. I can see the whole, yeah. And so, but this is why you chose that lineage, right? Because you were born to heal this for all the generations.
Okay.
So I send you so much love, Kate. I'm glad we were able to bring you on. I send you so much love and sparkly fairy dust. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
So thank you all for joining. Now, once again, I want to make it clear that you don't need to be like, how do I change this? I have this thing. This is created for you to easily change these subconscious patterns that you have, that you've been carrying on throughout your lifetimes. You can change this. It's as easy as listening. As you're consistent with it every day, change your life better and better and better. I hope that you invest in yourself, especially now that it's on sale for this limited time for 55% off. It's a 365-day money-back guarantee. I really hope that you invest in yourself because you are special and you are worth it. I love you so much, and I'm so, so grateful that we had this time together. Thank you for being with me. And once again, you can click the button below to get that offer at this special discount. And again, it's guaranteed 365 days money back guarantee. I hope you invest in yourself. I thank you so much, and I am wishing you so much love. And I know that as you invest in yourself and you nourish your soul, that you can live the life your soul intended. I love you so much, and bye for now.